Monday. On Wednesday, maybe into Thursday. For our latest forecast, go to CWG.news/latest. And yes, you might be going out for evening walk. It is still a little bit warm, a little bit muggy out. So if you see me sweat, I'm Camden Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com. It is indicative of the current conditions. So the backdoor cold front is what is giving us a break Monday and Tuesday from the heat. So check it out. You can see it's backing up against the coast. We call it a backdoor cold front because it moves from east to west and kind of moves ocean air, cooler ocean air from the Atlantic and even the Chesapeake Bay from the eastern portions of our region toward the Blue Ridge and Appalachian Mountains in the mid-Atlantic. So if you don't blink too much, you can see a slight difference for Tuesday. Here's Tuesday's map. It is still here, hanging back. The backdoor cold front still giving us a break from the heat. So that could be a welcome break for many of you, unless you were a warm weather lover. Christopher, rain tomorrow. Yes, that is indeed possible. Showers and storms. Looks like at least 40% chance of some rain tomorrow, Mike, if not a little higher. So great questions. We do see maybe Monday and Friday being the best chances for rain this week. And Pollen Check, Laura, no problem at all. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Camden Walker for Capital Weather Gang. Here's our Pollen Check. Looks still, I'm feeling it today too, not great for trees, and even a little bit of weeds are around as well. So, and this is the latest forecast. I'm convinced there's a little bit of grass as well that just isn't being reported in this latest data in the Silver Spring area. But yep, if you're feeling it, you are not alone. We are still in the midst of pollen season, of allergy season. Yep, Rachel, the garden would love the rain, and I can promise as we go through the week and even the weekend, we have a good amount of potential of rain coming over the next 7 days for this map. So keep the hope alive, water in the short term. Bill, yes, we could see some thunder and lightning, especially maybe midweek as the heat and the humidity are around. And yeah, Dave is hoping for soaker, so I hope you were happy with this map. It is a good omen, hopefully, for the next 7 days. And let's see, pretty darn hot, Arlene says in Virginia Beach. Yes, indeed, around DC, still pretty hot and muggy even at this hour. It is not exactly pleasant for those evening walks as the sun goes down. All right, let's see. Rachel, indeed, keep watering that garden a little bit. And Misha, I would think you might want to water maybe off and on until maybe, let's say, Tuesday and Thursday are the days you might want to water this week. Those look like the lowest chances for rain this upcoming week. Let's show you the latest forecast at a glance. I'm Camden Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com. Our latest forecast right there at CWG.news/latest. Let's see, cicadas liking the rain. Randy, that is a good question. I don't think they would, but in case I missed it and you might want to read more details, go to CWG.news/cicadas. That's all the latest that we have. I just updated the link with our latest from Kevin Ambrose, I believe, at CWG.news/cicadas, which has an updated map, which you'll love. All the reports throughout the region. Let's see, and mugginess this week. Yep, it's here now. We'll get a little reduction from Monday, maybe Tuesday morning, and then it's back into the 60s, those dew points, for Wednesday, if not Thursday as well. So could be moist, maybe even sticky and unpleasant for the middle part of this week, adding to what we could see for mid-90s temperature-wise. Just on the thermometer for the middle part of this week, we could see heat index values, the apparent temperature, what it feels like when you add in that humidity layer that prevents your skin from breathing and cooling as effectively. That's for Wednesday. I put in the very hot, sweaty emoji because it could feel like close to 100 in a few spots, so keep that in mind. Memorial Day weekend. Yale is asking, and it's low confidence right now, but cooler weather, and here's a sneak peek of Saturday's temperatures. Cooler weather is possible, 60s, even 70s, and a little bit of rain, but stay tuned to CapitalWeatherGang.com. There's plenty of time to refine the forecast and iron out the details. I don't actually want to promise you false precision. I want you to trust me that we want a better handle on the weather data, and right now it's wide-ranging, it's disparate. So stay tuned as we get closer to this weekend. We'll of course keep an eye on a holiday weekend, and that also means you'll see me on Monday, on Memorial Day Monday, for a holiday edition of Sunday Sunset Chats, which of course I appreciate you tuning in on all of our platforms tonight. I'm Camden Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com. Hopefully you're finding us easiest to access here on Twitter, on YouTube, and on Facebook. And sunsets are indeed later and later as we get into the summer solstice on June 20th. Our latest sunset in the DC area, 8:37 p.m. Gosh, I hope I did not. I believe I've memorized that right. So we have a little bit more evening light left. We're over 14 and a half hours. We don't quite get to 15 hours. So almost a half hour more of daylight to gain from sunrise to sunset over the next month or so. The summer solstice is coming up on June 20th. So looking, Susan, for Saturday, you might have some rain to dodge. Low confidence at this point, so have a plan B in the back of your head. And if you have outdoor sensitive plans, keep staying tuned to CapitalWeatherGang.com as we get closer and can iron out the details. 60s to 70s for temperatures look kind of like a decent bet for the temperature regime this upcoming weekend. But yep, the bad news is we cannot rule out some showers and storms. Yale, thank you for tuning in. You're most welcome. Hello, Peter. And next weekend, Alex, looking not too hot. So far, it's looking like not too hot for Memorial Day weekend. But let's look ahead at the signals of the atmosphere for 8 to 14 days out. So covering starting Memorial Day. When you'll see me next for these Q&A, it'll be a holiday edition of the Q&A Sunset Chats. 80 is our average high by the time we get to next Monday when you're talking to me. 62 for low at DCA airports. And look at that decent chance in the light orange of above average temperatures. So we could be into the 80s by Memorial Day and for next shortened work week when you are working Tuesday through Friday, perhaps after Memorial Day. All right, let's see. We've got Michael. Indeed, spring has kind of ended in the Mid-Atlantic and DC area. You may have seen that we are welcoming summer. Go to CWG.news/HelloSummer. We have kind of declared an end, as we do annually, from spring to summer on CapitalWeatherGang.com. And of course, we are keeping a track on the heat. Now up to 3 days today, 95 degrees at Baltimore, BWI, 94 at DCA Airport, I believe, and 92 was a record high at Dulles Airport today. But so far, technically for DCA Airport, 3 days of 90 degrees or more so far this year. So we are tacking on that, and that's on our heat tracker, which you can find on CapitalWeatherGang.com, or even go for more at CWG.news/HelloSummer, as we have declared summer here and spring is over. Barbecue chat for Randy asks next Monday. I'm not sure if I will finish my barbecue before I talk to you for a holiday edition Monday chat for Memorial Day, holiday sunset live Q&A will be on a Monday. Gosh, I better get that down before I talk to you in 8 days, huh? Yes, indeed. Cicadas this morning, Alex. They are in the woods in Gaithersburg, and we love your reports on all of our platforms. Let's see what I've got here for you. And you might even hear them in the background here, but go to CWG.news/cicadas. We're updating our map there for you and keeping you abreast of all the latest on this brood, on this bloom, I think we can call it, of this latest cicada bloom brood as well. So it is definitely loud, except I noticed south of town this weekend it was not too loud. It was much lower volume as you went further and further south of town. Yep, debating the cooling, and you just turn off the heat, Tom. I would turn on the air conditioning now. If you make it, you're not going to make it past Wednesday, I don't think. We do have mid-90s that could feel like near or around 100 degrees for the middle part of this week. You're going to want to ready that cooling now, if you haven't already, for the season. Severe weather possible Wednesday, Drew. Under 5% chance right now, but as you're my thunderstorm aficionado, you know that hot and muggy air, as we're going to see on Wednesday, and potentially a front moving through the region. The backdoor cold front Monday, Tuesday might move back as a warm front on Wednesday, could trigger some showers and storms, and cannot rule out. I've seen some instability numbers for Wednesday that could lead to 1 or 2 strong to severe thunderstorms. So we'll keep an eye on it, but not a widespread or high chance at this time. All right, going RVing and the pool and the AC, Charlene, I would recommend for this week. And let's see, David, let's see. I am not sure what you were talking about, I'm sorry, with Texas, but let's look at the forecast map for this week. Texas does have some showers and storms, and you can see that backdoor cold front has swung through for the Mid-Atlantic, off of the Atlantic, moving from east, which is different. It moves from east to west toward the Blue Ridge and the Appalachians, and not much movement on Tuesday. This is the Tuesday map, and that backdoor cold front hanging tough, still trying to keep cooler oceanic Atlantic air over the mid-Atlantic. So we could still have cool, cloudy conditions, maybe some showers on Tuesday as well. And thanks so much for tuning into these Sunday Sunset Chats. I'm Camden Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com. Appreciate you following us on all three of our platforms. And of course, Sunday Sunset Chats are getting later and later as we head toward the June 20th summer solstice here in the Northern Hemisphere. The latest sunsets are coming, longer and longer daylights, almost a half hour more of daylight to gain as we get near the summer solstice on June 20th. All right. So cicadas should be with us for another couple of weeks. Rachel, yes, indeed. Randy, thanks for tuning in. And Tori, cicadas, you're loving them and you're going out to see them move tonight. Excellent. So for the latest on our cicada coverage, go to CWG.news/cicadas. We're updating our latest aerial map there of their geographic coverage of cicadas. Oh, wow. Glenville, Pennsylvania, says Charlene, not a single cicada there yet. That is interesting. Keep us posted over the next couple of weeks. Stephanie, the rain and showers and storm chances this week do bring some decent rain chances, especially Monday and Friday, and maybe even this upcoming weekend. Sorry, barbecue plans. Just have a plan B. Don't make rash decisions just yet. Have it in the back of your mind for this upcoming weekend. For Memorial Day weekend, could be a little wet. But Monday and maybe Friday, even Wednesday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, kind of our rain chances this week. More often than not, it looks like, and a decent amount of rain. So I will talk next about why this is kind of a good news. We're not in a drought situation just yet, but of course, Southern Virginia, the Carolinas, they're abnormally dry, and it could persist. We're in much better shape, of course, than the Western United States, but the seasonal outlook is good for us in the Mid-Atlantic, except, maybe a sliver of the Carolinas as well. So keep that in mind. The rain chances this week are often and could add up to something over the next 7 days or so. So keep that in mind. Fingers crossed. We don't have to water maybe, but Tuesday, Thursday this week look like the highest probability, highest chances for being dry. Tuesday, Thursday, I'd still recommend gardeners, farmers, think about the watering for those 2 days as well. Wish the pools were open. Yes, indeed. And Michael, yes, I want to wash that pollen out as well. So let's do a quick pollen check. I have not enjoyed the tree pollen, and I think there's even some grass pollen around that wasn't reported on this capture of the latest data. All right, hey Paul, we indeed have heat this time of year. I can't wait for it to cool off either. I don't love that we're seeing some of these 90-degree days already, but we have welcomed summer now at CWG.news/HelloSummer, and we of course have our heat tracker on CapitalWeatherGang.com. So we'll be tracking the heat that I don't like either, but hey, it is part of our summer in the Mid-Atlantic and DC area. Much of the East Coast will get muggy over the coming months as well. All right, Rachel, thanks for tuning in and agreeing with Michael. Let's see, we've got David. Hi today, and wow, West Virginia, you had a 96 Fahrenheit at 3 p.m. Oof. Rachel says the cats likes to watch the cicadas from the window, and indeed, our latest cicada coverage at CWG.news/cicadas. We're keeping track of them there, and appreciate your reports on all of our platforms, all of our social media platforms, and on CapitalWeatherGang.com. All right, just barely starting to, and Victor says just barely starting to see cicadas in Germantown, and Rachel, indeed, hot there in West Virginia. And Drew, you have a feeling we need to wait till June for severe weather chances to crank up. I think I agree with that, and here's why I kind of like your thinking on that, Drew. Just in moisture in general, looking ahead, 8 to 14 days into the future, we have a slight chance for above average precipitation when you talk to me next Monday for a Memorial Day holiday edition of these Sunday Sunset Live Q&As. So it will be a holiday edition of these Sunset Q&As. I made a rhyme years ago about these Sunday Sunset Q&As, and I can't seem to modify it, but you'll talk to me on Monday. Memorial Day next, we'll do a holiday version of these Q&As. Excellent. Yep, so Jimmy, we need the rain. It is indeed good news. And Drew, again, I would wait for showers and storms, maybe more toward March. You're painting tomorrow and wondering if you should postpone, Leslie. I kind of want to say yes. I definitely have a plan B at the very least for tomorrow, but we do have some rain chances. Highest this week would be tomorrow and Friday, it looks like. So you can see here, 70% chance for tomorrow, and I think those Friday probabilities might come up as well for rain chances as well. So I'm sorry for the bad news on that. All right, Paul has found some chocolate cicada candy. No thank you, but for the latest, of course, on the cicada coverage we have at capitalweathergang.com, go to CWG.news/cicadas. And pollen has been long this year, Mike. I don't know if it has spiked quite as high as I've experienced in past years, but I'm surprised. I myself am still having to take some allergy medication and eye drops this late into May, but it has been a very dry 2 weeks. We've had no rinse out of the atmosphere, and I think that is contributing. Let's see. We've got cicadas. The cicada weather, Dingo, indeed, you can... They'll be very happy with some of this warm air coming up, especially middle part of this week. And our latest map and cicada coverage is at CWG.news/cicadas. Tons of cicadas in Petworth, says Costas. Thank you so much for that report. And Meredith had to take care of her dog eating the cicadas. I'm sorry about that. I hope you can control the dog with that. And David, indeed, a little bit of a tongue twister for our holiday edition sunset chat, which will be next Monday on Memorial Day instead of our usual Sunday sunset Q&A chats, because it's a holiday next Monday, Memorial Day. Cicada exoskeletons are everywhere, and your walk, says Michelle. And dog, for Costas' dog, likes these cicadas as well. And a friend near the waterfront in DC, says Rachel, you have seen a few but not many cicadas. Leslie, thank you so much for tuning in. That's very kind of you, and kind words. And Michelle, happy for rain in the forecast. I am too. Rain in for the planting. I mean, I've been trying to do some gardening. We all have been trying to, like farmers, gardeners, it's been a very dry 2 weeks. The rain chances are much better this week. Monday and Friday might be the highest chance. Can't rule out some showers and storms Wednesday, Thursday as well. I guess if I had to guess, the driest day this week would be Tuesday, but not guaranteed. I think it's good. We need the rain now. We're not in a drought situation. But this backdoor cold front on Monday, and look at this, Tuesday, not much change in this position of this backdoor cold front that we call it backdoor because it moves from east to west, opposite of how a front normally moves through the mid-Atlantic. This will bring from an easterly direction cooler, moister air off the Atlantic and Chesapeake Bay. So that's good news for our rain chances and some cooler weather, because I would love a little bit of a break personally. And mugginess should be under control Monday, Tuesday, but I think it will be back by Wednesday and Thursday, and in a high manner. So get ready to sweat on Wednesday and probably Thursday as well. And again, we're talking about rain chances. We're not quite in the abnormally dry category around the greater DC area, but you can see Southern Virginia is kind of sneaking up toward us from the Carolinas. But the good news is the seasonal outlook looking pretty darn good, except for that sliver there in the Carolinas, and we're doing much better here on the East Coast than the West Coast. And 7 days looking out what the rain totals might be. And again, this should be generally spread out. It could be next weekend. We need to watch the rain chances. A lot of this could fall next weekend, I'm sorry, for the holiday barbecues. Just have a plan B in the back of your mind. But we need the rain, so I'm not going to complain too much. And I know gardeners, I feel you. I've been having to water a lot as well. And let's see, Lori, indeed we need the rain. And Charlene, you're still pumping the Flonase there. Yep, I'm feeling allergies as well. Do not look too closely at my eyes. The pollen is indeed bothering me. And I think grass is around, even though it didn't make it into this latest report. I think just a small fluke of the reporting data here. Let's see, allergies, says Deb. Oh, even for the dog they've been bad. I'm sorry to hear that. Tracy, no cicadas at the house in McLean. Thanks for keeping a lookout there, Tracy. And cicadas in Glover Park, very few, says Lori. The pollen levels have been unbearable. You're on 2 allergy medications. I'm sorry to hear that from our Twitter user with a period for the nom de plume there. And David, will any of the moisture come up from the tropical storm? Nope. David, the subtropical storm Anna is well out to sea, and I have the latest for you on that. And you can, of course, go to our latest for detailed briefing at CWG.news/Anna. But it is a subtropical depression right now, well out to sea, and so far I don't see that getting entrained into our mid-Atlantic rains this week. It's generally a position that doesn't happen, but we'll continue to watch it at capitalweathergang.com just in case. But this could be more of a rainmaker for Canada. Let's see, Amanda, thanks for tuning in, you're most welcome. And Karen, thanks for tuning in. And Tracy, the beaches this weekend could be a little bit rainy, could be a little bit cool. It is a low forecast situation here is my sneak preview for Saturday's temperatures. I'm not willing to really go out much further. 60s and 70s kind of look like the temperature regime this weekend. Much cooler than tonight's temperatures, which are still in the mid 80s and very muggy. And I apologize for my sweat, which you'll continue to see this summer, but I'm going to try and wear my lightweight, light colored clothing for you to demonstrate the best mitigation methods for this heat. But this weekend looks less hot, and I am sorry to say some of this rain over the next 7 days, that includes next weekend, and it really could be rainy in the Maryland and Delaware beaches, many beaches along the East Coast, and especially in the mid-Atlantic. So don't cancel plans, just have plan B. If you can, have some books, have some puzzles, just in case. I don't think a constant washout is likely, but let's just keep it in the back of our minds, for plan Bs. Plan B, no, don't take any cancellation action just yet, because low confidence does not give us actionable information when we see wide varying data coming in for next weekend still a little bit. So keep some hope alive for those holiday barbecues and the beach time and the pool time next weekend. But keep this in the back of your mind, please. All right. Before I go, Alex, last question. Where in the world is the weather predicted 7 days in advance 100% accurate? That would be nowhere. And that is because we have a trillion molecules of air just in the square centimeter of right here in a cube, if I could try and demonstrate that for you. And trying to predict where even a cubic centimeter of air would be in 1 week's time. Can you imagine how impossible this invisible cube would be to predict? So where it's bouncing, we're trying our best in these weather models and global prediction models to get ahead of them. But after 7 days, they become pretty much unpredictable. Hopefully before my life is over, we'll get near 2 weeks of more accurate weather forecasts, but we're not there yet. In the meantime, with some decent confidence, here's your work week forecast ahead of our nice holiday weekend coming up for Memorial Day, which is when you'll talk to me next on Monday, on Memorial Day, for a holiday edition of our live Q&As. So I'll speak to you in 8 days. Have a great evening.